Hey y'all, it's Tanala and I'm back with another video. So when I did my 10 steps to beginning a new journey video, I got a lot of positive feedback and I thank you all so much for that. So I decided to make a part 2 for steps to beginning a new journey. Also, if you like my hair, be sure to check out my review. I will be dropping the link down in the description below. So let's hop right into it. So first thing first, when I began to enter my new journey, I had to learn how to give all problems to God without worrying. Whenever you ask for something from God, you cannot hold any type of worry after asking, okay? I used to have a major difficulty when doing this. I would pray and I would continue worrying about it, causing anxiety and causing myself to stress. And I began to think like, if I'm going to God about my problems and I am relying on Him to fix it, why am I continuing to worry about it? Like, why am I stressing? So I began to pray and I began to ask God to help me to stop worrying after praying for something. That eases a lot of anxiety and it removes so much stress. I began to feel much lighter. I began to feel almost completely stress-free and my anxiety began to vanish. Okay, number 2, wake up with positivity. So I noticed that whenever you begin your day on a positive note, if negative things begin to happen throughout your day, it will rarely affect you, okay? Anything that happens throughout the day will rarely even bother you. So to start my day off with a positive note, I first like to pray. I first like to pray when I wake up. If you are a spiritual person, please, feel free to do this. If not, that's completely fine too. You can start your day off by looking at positive quotes, or you can play positive music, like music that makes you happy, just music that you enjoy. When you wake up, create time for yourself to plan out your day. If you feel like you had waking up on the wrong side of the bed and you're feeling depressed, get up. One thing you do not want to do is scroll on social media. Whenever you are in a bad mood and you get on social media, it seems as if you run across so much negativity and you run across quotes that affect your mood even more. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Whenever you are in a bad mood and you get on social media and you see all of these quotes and all of these posts, and it seems as if it pertains to your situation. So that's why I say when you wake up in the morning, it's best that you do not scroll on social media, especially if you are in a depressed or down mood, okay? Start your day off on a positive note. Another thing you can do to start your day off with a positive note is to get a journal and write. Write out all of your thoughts. Write out exactly how you feel. Write inspirational quotes. Sometimes it's best to write out your feelings instead of venting. So prayer, positive music, writing in your journal, no social media, okay? No social media, especially if you are in a bad mood. Number 3, this may sound super duper silly, but once I explain it, it will begin to make a lot of sense. So do not overeat. Overeating makes you feel miserable and it deprives you of your capabilities. As an example, whenever I am studying, I would take a study break or something and I would eat. But if I overeat, I would become very sleepy. I would begin to feel miserable. I would feel as if I was sick or something. And it makes me not want to return studying. Overeating brings you down. Only eat to the point where your body still feels comfortable. You cannot be greedy, y'all, okay? You cannot be greedy. Number 4, putting yourself first. This is super duper important, and as easy as it sounds, it is very difficult to do. Normalize taking time to yourself. Make yourself the number 1 priority. If you are the type of person like me who gets tons of notifications on their phone throughout the day, tons of text messages and calls, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Shut your phone off. Mute your phone for a little bit. Take time to yourself. I began to do this. Whenever I began to do this and take time to myself, I began to learn more about myself. I began to gain interest to a lot of things. I also began to become more productive. I know you notice that whenever you're in the middle of doing something, you keep getting all these notifications left to right, you're putting a pause on what you're doing and you are beginning to put other people first. Those people on your phone who is calling you, texting you, you begin to put them before you. You put a pause on what you was doing so you can tend to whatever it is they have going on. Learn how to put yourself first. It feels amazing. When I began to put myself first, I also began to feel less stress. Putting yourself first will allow you to become a better person for not only yourself, but for others as well. Love yourself just a tad bit more. It's not selfish, it's necessary. There's nothing wrong with that. Number 5, identify everything in your life that is taking a toll on your mental health and remove it. Take some time, sit down and think. Try to come to the realization of what is making you depressed. What is it that is bringing you down? It could be schoolwork, it could be your job, it could even be the people that you surround yourself with. And also, if you have a journal, you can sit down and write down all of these things. Your journal is for you. No one else has to read it. I mean, unless you want them to read it. But personally, my journal is for me. And whenever I'm feeling down about something, I like to literally write down every single thing that is bothering me. And it helps. In that journal, you can write down every single thing that you feel like is bringing you down and just remove it. Remove it from your life and watch how amazing you'll feel. Number 6, do not overcrowd yourself with other people's problems. This takes a toll on your mental health as well. And sometimes it is best to be a listening ear. Your advice is not always needed, and sometimes people don't always want advice. Sometimes they just need a listening ear. Your advice may not even be best all of the time. I know there has probably been a time or two when someone has asked for your advice and you gave it to them and it made the situation 10 times worse, okay? We have all been there. I have been there multiple times. So I say that to say this. Sometimes it is best to just listen, offer your empathy, and just be there for the person. You can also just ask the person questions pertaining to their situation. Ask them, how did this make you feel? How do you feel that you should go about this situation? So in that way, you are still there for them. You are still being a listening ear, and you aren't really giving them advice that could possibly ruin their life. Number 7, learn how to speak exactly on how you feel, but in a respectful way. Speaking on how you feel can make people learn how to respect you more. It releases any ill feelings that you may have towards a person or any situation. It also prevents you from having to hold in any feelings that could possibly lead to stress. As I said before, when you do this, you must do this in a respectful way. If you want to receive respect, you gotta give respect. If you are completely rude when speaking on how you feel about something, you cannot expect the other person to respect you or even care about the way you feel about a situation. What you put out, that's what you get in return. I promise you. Last one, number 8, trust your intuition always. This is one of the most important steps. Trusting your intuition helps you to avoid a lot of unhealthy situations. Your intuition is basically something that is inside of you, so that is most of the time very accurate without you needing it to be validated by any other person at all. That's one thing about intuition. You don't have to go and ask anybody if they think that the way you feel inside is right. Only you know how you feel. And if your intuition is telling you something, listen. Your intuition is almost 99.9% always right. But also with trusting your intuition, you must not allow any of your own thoughts or emotions get in the way of that. And what I mean by that is if you are an overthinker, you think your own self up into things. Sometimes it don't even be your intuition. It's just inside. It's just you creating scenarios in your head. If it's your intuition, trust me, you will know, because it will be something that cannot be avoided. So if your intuition is telling you something about anything, trust it. Those were only 8 extra steps that I use on a daily basis that helps me to continue building my character. If you like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and most importantly, subscribe. Be sure to watch my hair review, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye.